Okay, here we have a film that is a mix of Wreck, The Blair Witch Project, The Descent, and the film Creep from 2004. Filmmakers are trying hard to recapture that original found footage based on true events experience that was once refreshing. However, what The Tunnel has got going for it is its excellent depth of characterisation and backstory. The acting is so believable at times you forget it's all a setup. And there's some exceptional scenes, and it is well scripted. One particular scene where a vulnerable homeless person is interviewed in front of a camera is well done. And there's also an interesting use of black and white footage from security cameras which enhances realism. Australia has produced some platinum horror and drama over the years, and this film is unfortunately not in the high-end bracket, but it could have been. The film's narrative and editing is exceptional at the beginning, giving us a journalistic diary of finding the truth, why the government in Sydney has gone suddenly silent about a controversial plan to put an end to the drought problem. A huge tunnel system underground the city has a large water resource waiting to be tapped into. So the bones of this backstory is riveting, and then crash and burn. The creativeness dries up when the tunnel is being explored by our journalistic film crew. They could have continued the narrative flow, taking us on a journey of absolute terror, but instead the film's second half is disappointing. And come to think of it, I wonder if they employed another writer on board halfway through. The actors and attention to journalistic detail is so good at the beginning through to the middle, and the tease of what's to come is a real thrill, but why they went down the predictable, uncreative road is really strange. I found myself shaking my head in disapproval. You see, I was there in the story, totally involved. I took the bait and I was loving it. And suddenly I was kicked out of the thrill zone back into the real world and slightly confused why the experience is 45% great and 55% whatever. The producers and writers needed to look at the wonderful Cloverfield for inspiration, especially when they come across the spider aliens beneath the city in the subway's pitch black tunnels. And further inspiration they could have gained from the contorted human head movements in the classic Jacob's Ladder. There are much better films out there in this style, and to be honest, I would have revisited The Blair Witch Project instead if I knew how the second half played out. A wasted opportunity here, but it's worth seeing for the efforts of the actors and the story. The trailer's good, so they got the marketing right. It's not one for my collection, but okay for a short-lived slice of what could have been. However, be prepared to be irritated because you'll witness scenes that could be offcuts from previous original work. But I have to say, if this film landed in the cinemas back in 1999, it would have certainly been held in high regard.